Hello, what's up there, guys? So I just got back from seeing the movie, because why not? I just got back probably from the title you can tell, the movie Imaginary. It's a horror movie, the latest horror movie by Blumhouse, whom I love. I love Blumhouse. And so I want to give my quick thoughts on it, because why not? Well, I will say one thing. It was not terrible, by any means. Courtesy of give it like 50% or something like that. Don't agree. I don't think it's that bad. Here again at theater, same as it was last time. I don't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was fine. I personally give maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Not the worst horror movie I've seen, not the best. It's just okay. It's pretty good, pretty decent, in my opinion, anyways. I will say the characters, nothing to write home about. They're not terrible, but they're not amazing. A lot of the characters are kind of the same characters you've seen over the last few years. This movie kind of gave me I remember that movie, my movie from 2023, I think it was. The Boogeyman movie based on that Stephen King short story or whatever. Kind of reminds me of that in a way. At least in terms of the characters. Because they're kind of standard. They're not terrible. They're not great. They're just standard. Same characters I've seen before in a lot of other horror movies. But they were okay. They were fine. The little girl was being creepy. Because all little kids in movies have to be creepy nowadays. And ever since The Ring came out, that's been a thing. Back in like 2001, I think it was. The main girl, I forget her name, Jessica, I believe her name was. She's pretty good. The actress did a pretty decent job. The acting was good, I would say that. The character was decent. Had decent complexities to her. Kind of similar thing, traumatic backstory, or at least the traumatic and repressed memories. Kind of something we've seen a lot of times. Again, like I said, the characters are not great, but they're not terrible. They're okay. The story is... I like the concept of it being a imaginary friend who's like a horror character in a way, where whatever, the entity comes back and like, hey, you left me forever, screw you, I'm gonna take you back. Also spoilers. I forgot to say spoilers before that. There's actually one cool concept I like in the movie that didn't explore that much, that imaginary friends are sort of like, spoilers, they're sort of like spirits from another dimension who come, because it specifies that kids are more spiritual, and they're more susceptible to this spirit dimension or whatever, and these spirits come down to help young kids through potentially troubling times. And a lot of them are benevolent, some of them are malevolent. They're more evil, more sadistic, whatever. I like that concept of like these imaginary friends actually do exist to some capacity. I like that. That's a pretty cool concept in my opinion. The monster itself, spoilers again, is a little brown teddy bear. Not the creepiest thing in the world. It kind of reminds me of the Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. The storyline for the Samantha girl reminds me of that a lot. I don't know why. Maybe just a teddy bear and a creepy little girl. She's not that creepy, really. The later on, like the climax of the movie, they go in this like spirit dimension, but it's more like an imaginary dimension. It's a dimension that contains like our imaginations. That's like kind of like it's kind of like, think of the dream world from Nightmare on Elm Street, which, fun fact, is actually a reference to, because there's a letter. If you've watched the movie, pay attention to one of the scenes where she gets a letter. It says the numbers of the house, and then it says Elm Street, Springwood, LA. And I'm like, I swear it's a reference to Nightmare on Elm Street. I was just random fact. But anyways, it's kind of like the dream world from Nightmare on Elm Street, where all your whole imagination and your whatnot is in this dream dimension and whatnot. It's like where all our imaginations go, our brains go, when we go to sleep or whatever, or something like that. That's pretty cool. I've never interesting concept in my opinion. It's like Nightmare on Elm Street in a way. It actually reminds me of that a little bit, only not as good. I like the this movie just plays subtle. It's to some capacity. There's a lot of jump scares, but there are some scenes here and there that are subtle. My biggest problem is it's not very scary. There is one scene that scares me, but this is the thing I've found that scares me a lot in movies, horror movies. There's an old lady in the movie. She gets killed by the creature after she gets dragged to a door, and all you hear is her screams in the background. While like there's a bang on the door and everything. that actually does creep me. It's the powerlessness factor in most movies, some movies, where it feels like humans are powerless. Kind of like why the way I view Brightburn, another movie, where it's not scary, but the powerlessness of actually fighting this being is scary to me. And it's kind of how I view that death scene. That's the only thing that really scared me. It was more of a questioning my existence kind of thing because it's powerlessness. That was kind of creepy. Most part of the movie is not very scary. Jump scares don't really get me. You can see them. You can kind of see them from a mile away. In all honesty, there's a few jokes in the movie. They're fine. There were a few that made me laugh. But overall, it's a decent watch. It's a decent good hour and a half, hour 45, how long it is. I would say if you watch it, your money's not going to be going in the drain. It's not going to be it's not going to be like a pointless waste of time. It's going to be what the fuck was that? No. Anyways, fucking fly over here. But anyways, like I said, it's not a pointless experience. It's fine. I think that it's serviceable. That's what I'll say. It's another horror movie added to the bunch. I think if you don't see the movie, you're not going to be missing out. But if you see it, it's not a pointless, meaningless waste of time. Basically, that's the best I can describe it. But it's not terrible. It's just not. It's nothing amazing. It reminds me of the Boogeyman movie from 2023 or whatever by Stephen King. It reminds me of that. Just better, but not by much. Like I said, if you don't see it, not missing not much. But if you watch it, it's not terrible. It's not awful. I've seen worse. I've seen far worse. Trust me, I've seen, especially in the last 4 or 5 years. There's been way worse horror movies in the last 4 or 5 years. So, yeah, that's my recording reviews. And these aren't really reviews, just kind of my thoughts. But if you don't agree with me, it's fine. My own personal view. Anyways, that's it. Have a good night whenever you are. Clearly, it's night where I am. There's my city, just in case if I look back past my ugly face. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, not terrible, not awful, but yeah, general thoughts. Anyways, not really a review on it. But yeah, take care, guys. I will see you whenever, or not see you, but you know what I mean. Yeah, take care. Have a good night, guys.